Well, the process by which scientific knowledge is accumulated is quite structured. What you have is an individual scientist observing something about nature, taking that observation, turning it into an experiment that can be tested as formally described as a hypothesis, conducting that experiment, analyzing the data that's collected, and then taking that data and reporting it perhaps first at a conference where you get an opportunity to discuss preliminary findings, to test them with other scientists and to see whether or not your results and your approach make sense. And then more formally, the researcher will write up the results and submit them to a scientific journal for publication. At that point, a very important quality control process known as peer review comes involved, where the editor of the journal will take the paper that's been submitted, will provide it to one or two or perhaps three independent scientists who are familiar with the topic. They'll read and critique the paper so that the paper before it's published is strengthened, any obvious flaws have been detected, and the quality of the paper, therefore, the published paper will be greater. Once it's been published, what you'll see is that other scientists will attempt to confirm the findings, and this is a process known as independent confirmation or replication. And that's very important because there may be some unknown factor in the original study that explains the findings rather than what was the hypothesis or the idea of the original scientific researcher. Once you've had a number of independent replications or confirmation studies completed, you start to see established knowledge about an area develop, and the scientific community feels greater confidence that they understand a particular issue. That accumulated knowledge is then used as the basis for safety recommendations to be developed in respect to radio frequency signals or other services.